Here in Tucson, Arizona at the anti-mandate rally with Haley and Cassie, spouses of TPD officers. What brings you guys out here today? And we want to hear what you got to say.
Well, our mayor went against an executive order and is mandating all city employees to receive the COVID vaccine. They gave us a very short time period for people to make their decisions on whether they were going to receive discipline, which was not clearly defined what that would end up being, or to get the vaccine. So we are facing in a couple of days after a judge denied our union's lawsuit. So we're out here just trying to show that we are not for this and we respect and support our first line and city workers.
So how do you guys feel about what your guys' spouses are going through right now, being asked to either resign or be possibly fired for not taking a mandatory vaccination? How do you think that might affect some families?
It's very stressful because a lot of families are, have a single income of these officers, and so they're faced with a very difficult decision on whether to keep their job and get the vaccine or to be terminated and find something else. And so I think it's extremely unfair. It's our body, our choice, and they should all have a decision on what they put in their body.
So what do you think might happen if this was an actual thing that went through and they were forced to go with something they don't want to do? Like, how would that affect the community, do you think?
We already know that there are many employees that are willing and will resign. Even if this, where they get an exemption, the fact that they're working for a city that does not show support and is not allowing them choice, this is just the first thing that's going to happen. There's many more to come. So I know that they're going to lose a lot of excellent employees to other agencies nearby, which is unfortunate. And the city's already struggling right now, so to put them in a position where they're going to be low on officers and even water workers and firefighters is going to leave the city in a mess. So and I just want to add, this is one thing that really upset us. We did listen to the council hearing, and we heard one of the council members, I believe it was Cunningham, say that if our officers are not willing, or our public safety are not willing to receive a vaccine, then maybe we don't really want them anyways. And so that was really just a slap in the face to not only the officers, but to the families that know that when our husbands leave, we don't know if they'll come back, and we know that they'll risk their lives for other people, and those people do not appreciate them because they don't feel comfortable with the vaccine yet, which is not FDA approved.
The chief also stood by that and said the same thing to the TPD. So to have a chief that doesn't even support people making their own decisions about what to put in their body is truly disgusting.
How about when we have a Tucson police officer standing up for their constitutional rights? What happens when all of those police officers are purged from the City of Tucson Police Department? What do you think about that?
Well, they've already been threatened that they need to be careful what's been posted, that we have to be careful through text messages. A group was formed for people messaging, and we have to be careful what is said because they're not happy that we are unhappy and that we're sharing things. So unfortunately, it always has felt like we've had to be careful. I always ask my husband first, is this okay for me to write? Because I don't want him to face a consequence. But it's only going to get worse if this continues.
Yeah, and how I feel is this is the last line of defense for our local communities, our police officers, our first responders, our firefighters, and they're being mandated against their beliefs or whatever reason other than it's a breaking of the Constitution. We have a right of freedom of choice. Do you feel like there's headway to make a difference here, or do you feel like it's going to be a long road for us here locally in Tucson?
I personally think it's probably going to be a long road. I mean, we know a lot of employees that are going to continue fighting, and right now, they're faced with a suspension if they don't comply by Wednesday. So I think that the city's going to be hurting, and homicides have already doubled and almost tripled in Tucson, and so it's we're going to lose all these cops and firefighters and stuff, and so our first responders are going to be working extra, and our city's just going to suffer. So it's not going to be good.
Well, there you heard it. Haley and Cassie here, spouses of TPD officers, very concerned about what's going on, along with thousands of people here. We're here to make a voice, and we're here to back the blue on this choice of freedom, and we want it to go through, and we got your guys' back. I think you guys could agree with that, right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for everyone that came out as well.
Yes.
We appreciate it.